Hello everybody, my name is Connor and welcome to Double Loss to TCG, where I post my games, learn from my misplays, and count on your feedback to grow. Today we are playing Lim into Emu. I'm still not into the games that we did over the Treasure Cup. This is the week before the Treasure Cup, I believe. So yeah, just getting some practice in on Lim, and I feel like this went pretty well for us, even if it doesn't look so good to start. One Dawn Pass, you hate to not see the one drop Lim, especially, I mean, I would say especially in this match. I know they have, I want to say it's, oh, which one is it? It is not Workery, Mars that pops something, but hey, they are going to find, I think that was Jupiter there. That is a little unfortunate, finding a Jupiter this early. Gonna trash the horse Nosturo for leader ability, and hopefully pass turn to us pretty quick here. Of course, they already have about 4 cards in trash, I believe. Yep, they are passing turn, so 4 cards in trash at this point. Not bad, but not really. I mean, they're so close to 7. I feel like 7 is such a low number for Emu to get into trash, but we are going to go ahead, poke 5, see what they want to do. They are going to trash another Nosturo, which is kind of wild, but we are going to go ahead, play Lim, look at our top 3 to grab a Odyssey type character, and wow, it looks like we're grabbing Mihawk. A little unfortunate to send Hell's Judgment to the bottom. If they do make it to 10 Dawn, Hell's Judgment, I think, is pretty okay, depending on how they sequence. But I think I'm gonna cut Hell's Judgment from my list. I don't know. It's so helpful into a lot of matchups, but 5 into into Lim from the Emu. I'll give him a 2K with that Nami. Just trying to survive there. A stage comes out, the Saturn coming down. Definitely harder to keep my board alive when I don't have that 1 drop. And it looks like they are going to take, oh goodness, Mars. I have them all pulled up so I can tell which one is which. They're going to take Mars. Honestly, I think Mars might be my favorite alt-art. Although Workery looks like Ganon, so I don't know. Just my thoughts. Although Nostro makes me say, Peter, the horse is here every time someone plays it. I can't help it. But what is her name? Saint Charleria coming down, gonna grab either the Searcher event or what looks like another Mars, grabbing the other Mars here, putting and trashing another Noshiro. So he has 3 Noshiros in trash at this point. Not great for us. I feel like if you're gonna have a Noshiro, I feel like it's the one that I don't want to see at all, because he gets rush on play. But now I know I definitely can't remove their bodies. They have so many cards in trash. Going up to 7 Dawn, I believe, for 6. Hold on, I can count. Is that right? Yeah, we've been ramping. I guess we're at 6. Yeah, because I have 4 Croc Dawn and then 6 Buggy Dawn. I like that split. But swinging 6 at lead. Gonna see what we want to do. We could play down Mihawk to do another 6 at lead. We could go like 6, 7, and then another 6 with the Mihawk. I think that's what I'm thinking about doing. But there is a chance that I might go play a Nell. I don't know. I don't feel like it's worth it. We do get a 2K in the Jupiter out of hand. 7 at lead. He will go ahead and take that. Tapping 3, ramping a Dawn, and playing down Mihawk for another 6 at lead. Gonna see if we can get some more cards out of hand. I just feel like the best way to play into Emu is kill them before they get to 10. That is my goal, and it is tricky. So getting 2 1Ks out of hand there, pretty good for us. I did notice he was all tapped out, which is part of the reason I said, okay, like, I'm gonna really aggress this turn. Oh, look at that gold Croc Dawn he has. So good. He also has the gold Eustace Kid Dawn, and I honestly want it from him. So we'll see. But he is going to go ahead and play down the Mars. Yes, I had to double check. Mars to pop my Mihawk. And then swinging into Lim. And then passing turn. He is starving me, and I Oh, that is, I hate being starved. I'm a hungry guy, okay? But we did just top deck the Magellan. I think Magellan is going to be pretty helpful for us here, so I am going to go ahead, tap 5. Just play the SP Magellan. Look at that. What a nice card. I know you guys can't see it very well because of the glare, but it's a nice card. So force him to minus a Dawn. He is at 5 Dawn now. We'll go ahead and swing another 6 at lead. He does have a Dawn up, so we could get a Never Existed, but he decides to take it. I don't remember what the other event is called. The world's equilibrium cannot be maintained forever. Oh yeah, of course. So drawing into the Enel, gonna be able to discard. Do I want to discard? I think I'm gonna discard both of my laws. It feels kind of bad discarding both. No, I discard the Lim. I think discarding my law, but I think at this moment my thought process is I can play law down next turn and flicker Magellan to keep him low on Dawn, and that's kind of where I'm going. But as I've mentioned in the past couple of videos, I just don't feel like I don't feel like I play Bounce Law correctly in this deck, so I'm thinking about cutting it. Like, I see why people play him. I understand. I fully understand. Like, but yeah, he's just not my guy. But Enel gets swung into. He is doing a really great job of maintaining my board, and I hate it. He plays down another Mars, trashing a blocker. Charlos? Is that his name? He's an Charlos. That guy. Yeah. Oh, actually, he goes for the Satan Musguard and pops Magellan, minusing 2 Dawn. He told me after the game that he was like not really afraid of my Magellans, and I honestly, like, I respect it. He's really low on Dawn now, which I think gives me a pretty good place to be, but yeah, not having anything on board and having just Mihawk and Enel at this point, pretty unfortunate. So trying to figure out what I want to do, and I think at this point we could, yeah, I think I'm gonna actually play down the law just to try and keep him on board. It feels bad, but I don't want to play down a Mihawk or Enel and not get value off of it. Especially in the Mihawk, I don't want to play Mihawk down without getting some value because he's just so good. So 6 for the law coming down there. And then I guess technically I could have swung 6 first. I'm swinging 6 at his face. I don't know if that's correct. I just feel like swinging at his board is so pointless in this match. And maybe that's wrong, but we are going to go ahead, play down the Enel, and get some different cards. What do we want to discard at this point? We are going to discard Enel and maybe another Enel, possibly a yeah, I think Sapo's a better play to discard because he's doing such a good job of controlling my board. I need to get counter, and I need that immediate value that Enel provides. So Law and Enel on board right now for me. My opponent has 2 of the Mars, and then I think Saturn. Yeah, Saturn. I couldn't. The standard Saturn and the standard no, not Nostro. Which one is it? No, Mars. Yes, Saturn and Mars look really similar in their standard form, but it looks like another Saturn coming down. Looking at the top. Looking at the top 5. Let's see, he's at 5, 6, 7, 8. He's at 8 Dawn. So we've definitely slowed down his turns, and we still have 4 life. But I feel like without 1-drop Lim, like, the play is absolutely to focus my board. And I know I was playing my girlfriend yesterday, and she was playing Bonnie, and I told her, like, hey, if my characters are rested, like, you should swing into them, starve me. And she did, and I was like, no, stop, wait, I hate this. So Soda over there definitely doing a good job of doing just that, honestly. Trying to see what he's gonna do next, though. I'm not really sure. Does a big swing into Law, and I'm thinking about countering out, trying to decide if I counter out with Doflamingo or Enel, or just let him go. I think I let him go. Okay. We get the 3-drop Lim. I think that's going to be pretty good. I do think that we should have not trashed 3-drop Lim. Maybe it just trashed the... Yeah, I think we should have trashed the other blocker Law since he didn't get to do much. I feel like blocker Law would be so good if he... I mean, he's so good in Zoro because he comes in standing. So we swing 7 with an L, and he ends up taking that. We're going to go ahead, play tap 3 for an L. See what we can draw. Drawing into 3, trashing a Lim, and a Dofi. Interesting. I think I'm going to play down... Magellan here. But swinging another 6, we get a 2k there, and 5 for Magellan. Magellan going to force him to minus a Dawn. Now he's going to go to 8 Dawn, I believe. So and that's kind of, I think that's why I played Enel, as I was searching for a Magellan. Although looking at his board, I don't think he had a blocker. He had 1 Dawn up. I think there's a world where we could have just swung really aggressively and pushed him to 0. Is that the world that's correct? I'm not sure. This is definitely a match that I feel pretty comfortable in, but I think... Yeah, I think I need to learn it a little better. But another Mars coming down. He is going to go ahead and pop Saturn to get his leader ability. And then thinking about what he wants to do, swinging 6 at an L, I'm actually going to be able to protect that. I feel bad, but give him a 1k with the Mihawk. Thinking about the Doflamingo in this matchup feels pretty useless, honestly, but I think I might actually just give him an L. Okay. Kind of interesting there. I don't know if I should have given him an L, but gonna fix all my Dawn. They like to slide out, especially my cross skill Dawn here. But 7 into an L. I think now we give the 2k Nami, and another 7, or no, excuse me, that's 6. And he passes. So our hand is pretty low. Finding another Anel, I think, would be pretty. I think we have another Anel. I think there is a world where we could go for game here. It just kind of depends, I think. So, and I think I'm trying to figure that out now. So we go 5. He hits a 1. 6 at lead is going to get a 2k. He does have a decent amount in hand, so we could... I think we are thinking about swinging really big here. I can't even count how big that is, but he does have... Mars is a blocker. Mars is a blocker. That is a misplay. I swing really big thinking he doesn't have a blocker, but Mars is a blocker. So we do kind of go in a bit of a rough spot, and I think I have 2 cards in hand, 1k counter. This is... Yeah, forgetting that Mars was a blocker is pretty big. And of course, one of the things I'm realizing about Lim is I just need to see Dead Man's Game in a lot of decks here, or into a lot of decks. So he's just gonna go ahead and clear my board. He finally hit 10 Dawn, and I'm at this point. He swings into my life, actually giving me a 2k. Maybe I can keep Magellan alive here. But he is going to be able to play the 10 Elders. That is what that card is. He's going to go ahead and trash. He trashes his Saturn. That's how you got to do it, man. He trashes Saturn to leader ability, and then pitches the Jupiter there for the 10 Elder refresh there. And I'm fixing my Dawn because they are slipping, and I'm very particular about Dawn and things. But I'm nervous, man. I'm thinking, okay, like, can I live? I need to see Dead Man's Game. If I don't see Dead Man's Game, I think at this point I am what we in the business call cooked. So I'm hoping it's my top deck. I'm hoping it's my life. I'm hoping he continues to swing into my life. If he swings into board, I might be in trouble, especially if he leaves. His deck is so small. I just realized, oh my gosh. If he leaves a Dawn up, and yeah, he ends up popping the Magellan, and you could tell in the body language I'm frustrated. Lim has been very frustrating. I've been enjoying Lim, but she's been feeling really frustrating a lot lately, and I think it's just the lack of consistency and comboed with my poor luck. I think that's kind of it. So I think we are in a spot where I need him to use his Dawn. I think he swings at life. We get a Nami. And at this point, I'm just going to take, hoping there's Dead Man's. And look at that. Holy shit, I drew into Dead Man's game. That's the only way I even have a chance here. He has 2 blockers and 2 Dawn. I'm terrified of the 2 Dawn, but I know at this point, I'm pretty cooked here. We got no way to attack, so we are just going to go ahead. Dead Man game to rest the blockers. Hoping that he's bluffing on the Dawn, and I just throw it in. I'm like, yeah, dude. And yeah, he was bluffing, and I'm like, no way. So yeah, got a little salty at the end there. I won't lie. My friend Soda, thankfully, is kind gentleman, because I was a little bit of a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, as I've said, like, I just have found like Lim and like her need for Dead Man's game lately to be a little frustrating, and I think it really showed, because I feel like I played pretty well. I know my opponent made some misplays. I know he was talking about I should have done this, I should have done this, but I think I honestly feel like he did a really good job of just kind of starving me for my resources until he got to 10 Dawn. And honestly, like, removing the Magellans, I don't feel like it mattered in the end, you know? Like, he still got the 10 Dawn, and I still almost died, even though I was able to play, 2 Magellans and have him remove 2. So overall, really good game to my opponent, and sometimes I get lucky too, I think, is the moral of this story. But that's gonna do it for me, guys. If you guys liked this video, hit that like button down below. It helps me out more than you could ever know. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.
すぐに片付けますのでご安心を。おらー、これじゃあキリがねえ。